Hey guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And I'm Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and I have the honor of being the president of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. And I'm really excited. We have a really special guest today, as usual, but this guy has great style with cool shoes, and he loves the Lord and does a lot for the community. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Shane. I'm one of the lead pastors at Grace Church in Reno, and I do love the Lord, and I also love shoes. That was a very accurate description of me.
It's Star Wars and Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about right before the camera came on was Disney. Nika and I are still feeling that Disney glow a little bit. So took our son for the first time a few weeks ago, and that was a blessing. That was
awesome.
so cool to be able to take my son, put him on my shoulder. He's only 7 months old, but
Yeah.
it was so fun.
Yeah.
Watching his eyes, and he's free right now.
Yeah,
until
still
he's 3.
free. That made it more fun.
Absolutely. I mean, it was really for Nika and I. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Shane,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here and a part of what we're doing at Good Shepherd. I also want to thank Grace Church for you guys. You guys support us, and that means a lot. So, thank you for your continual contributions to what we do here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, being one of our mission partners. I mean, what we're doing, you know what we're doing. We're doing that hands and feet, the ground floor of what's going on in the city, and we're growing right now too.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen.
I was just walking through the store to get here, and man, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there shopping.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me, just the environment you build for them. It's so cool. Like, they're just shopping. They're not getting a handout.
Yeah.
They're not paying for anything, but they're just shopping. I think that's so cool. Yeah.
I love seeing all the kids run around,
Yeah.
the families in here, and it's dignity. you
Yeah.
know, So
It's amazing.
So thank you, Grace Church, for being a sponsor, and Shane just being an advocate, and you've poured into me, especially in those early stages of what I was trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here.
Yeah.
You were a big support and a friend, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be a part of it.
So, we want to dive into what Grace Church is doing. There's a lot going on with what you guys have in store. I mean, you guys started that huge mission down in South Reno, what you guys are doing with mental health, right?
Yeah. I mean, we started a campaign over a year and a half ago called For the One. We talked about that almost in its infancy last time I was on.
I know.
We were just getting started, and it's been really cool to see what God has done through that. The people of Grace have really just come together and are investing into what God's doing through the church, but also stepping into an external focus of mental health.
Yeah.
And we opened up a counseling center called For the One Counseling, all licensed clinicians. Keeping it at a rate that's easy for people to get seen by a clinician early. We realized right away, we started looking at this, when it comes to mental health, the amount of service providers we have and the amount of needs in the city is just astronomically outweighed on the scale. And so we wanted to get people out available right away. And so we have counselors that are meeting with kids, with students, with marriages. It's awesome. And actually in July, we celebrate 1 year of the counseling center being open. Yes. And we'll have over 4,000 sessions in that year. So
incredible.
4,000 sessions. We've already hit that mark. So that's amazing. It's been cool to be a part of. Also, since we've last talked, we partnered with the university. We partnered with the University of Nevada, and we were able to fund a scholarship program called externships. Well, we did two things. There's scholarships and externships, and the externships are really cool. It's kind of a new idea where we're actually funding people who are in the mental health training field through UNR to go out and do their internships at the least served areas in the city.
I love that.
Places where they can't, places that can't afford a counselor, places that would never normally get a mental health practitioner in their services. We're funding for the university through the people of Grace, giving towards For the One. So, and we've done scholarships to help get more practitioners out into the city as quick as possible.
Well, I'm putting you on the spot a
Yeah.
little bit with this, but I'd love to have someone table here and do.
Yeah,
something.
come on, let's talk more about it. Yeah.
That off camera, of course.
Putting
But
them on the spot.
yeah.
Love that.
We could talk about that. Yeah,
yeah, because I mean, we get a lot of people in here,
Yeah.
and we get a lot of people that need help.
yeah.
So
I bet.
to be
Yeah.
able to do like a day for that, where
Yeah.
people knew about it, and maybe partner with one of the Medicaid providers that we're already partnered with,
Yeah.
so they can blast it to the people in need there,
Yeah.
and that'd be a lot of fun.
It
Let's
was
talk
it
about
was
it, yeah.
funny. Just this morning, I'm in this mental health clinician referral group. We have about 2,000 local therapists and chaplains, and I all of a sudden I saw it pop up and actually shared it on my Facebook, and it was For the One, and you guys are launching a 8-week course on trauma focused support groups. So part of it is that you have to have your own clinician that you're seeing, but it's also a faith twist and trauma focused, and I love that.
Yeah.
So you guys
Yeah.
are really building
Beautiful.
on those programs, which is really needed.
It's really cool just to see we're kind of getting our hands in different areas and different avenues, and partnering with people like the university and continue to partner with our missions partners in that realm. For the One encompasses everything we do. Something big that we just saw happen this past week is the old Highway 40 motel. We partnered with the VOA, and they're going to create a long-term, turn the hotel into a long-term facility for people who are currently living on the streets that struggle with the worst of the worst physical conditions or mental health conditions, to give them the care they need around the clock. And there'll be, I think, 26 beds that are going to
Wow,
open up
that's
for
incredible.
long-term care. I heard a staggering stat at the groundbreaking ceremony for this. They said that the people of the VOA, they were doing some research, and when it comes to homelessness in the city, they need about 1,300 beds.
Whoa, yeah.
1,300 beds. And I was at the place, and they're doing a groundbreaking for 26. And I was like, man, this feels big, but 1,300 is big. And so
That is
we still
big.
got a lot of work to do there. Yeah.
And it's a need in our community. I mean,
sure.
I'm glad we're growing as Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. I'm glad we're helping more people than ever.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is the awareness of the people that didn't know we existed.
Yeah.
And now that do, right? But
Yeah.
there's also a piece that there are a lot of people hurting right now. So
Yeah.
and so part of the reason we exist
Yeah.
is to help those people that maybe weren't hurting last year, but might be hurting this year, right?
Yeah.
And so because of your partnership, Grace Church's partnership, and the partnership of all of our other community partners, we're able to continue to help those lower income families and those that are living on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's awesome to see. It's like you said, it's great that you're helping people. It's in this realm, and a lot of these nonprofits that we partner with, we wish we didn't have to have this.
Right.
But if we have it, let's do it really well.
Yep.
And let's make it a great experience. I feel like you guys do that really well here.
Hey,
And
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, that means a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So, and with our micro closet expansion project, that's been a big piece of how we've been able to grow with Eddie
Yeah.
House, with Bristlecone, with all the different micro closet partners, with the CARES campus. We're doing go bags with them.
That's awesome.
Sweatpants and all sorts of
Some
stuff.
big
And-
things coming as well, which we're not allowed
Yeah,
to
we
talk
can't
about.
we can't talk about the other thing that's coming, but
I don't even know what they're talking about.
you will after.
All right.
I'll share it with you, but I can't say it on
Yeah.
camera. But there's some big things coming at the end of the year,
Awesome.
and we're super excited. We
Yeah.
are super excited. We received some support from other people that we didn't think we would, and
Cool.
we did.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna move forwards on it.
That's awesome. It's probably a good thing you didn't tell me, because I probably would let it slip.
Uh-oh.
So that's smart on your part.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that to me.
Not on purpose. Like, I would never do it on purpose. But
A funny story about Shane when we got our house over here. I think I might have said this last podcast too. I don't know, but he brought us our washer and dryer.
Yeah.
because
Super
it was. And I was like, dude, I still think I have your dolly in my yard.
yeah, I've been waiting for it to be returned.
Oh, wow,
You know,
Dave.
I've been, yeah.
That's
My
funny.
kids ask about it all the time. Dad, where's our dolly?
Where's our dolly? You're like, we already have one. Keep the other one.
Yeah.
Well, you're moving this next week. You're
Yes,
going to need that.
I am moving.
Wait, you're moving?
Yeah, I'm moving to Lemon Valley area. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Excited.
So give him his dolly back.
No, I have
He
one.
has one. He
I
had
have
two.
Oh,
For
okay.
some reason, I have a multitude of moving dollies.
I
so,
apologized last time, and he's all like, Dave, don't worry. I have others.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But anyways, off subject.
Yeah.
So tell me about your heart for ministry. Why is it important in America for those that aren't a part of a church to be a part of church community?
Yeah, so I think we're all designed at our core to gravitate towards people,
Yep.
and to gravitate towards God, right? And so I think a lot of times in the messiness of our world, we mask those things with other things we start to gravitate towards, but really we're fighting our initial design.
Okay.
And so what I believe in a church community and partnering with the church is you're fulfilling that part of you that's created to be around people who are also pursuing God. And I think there's just maximum impact that comes in your life and the community you live in when you come together and you have a singular mission and focus and drive together. One thing I love about Grace is we purposefully craft our services and we craft what we do to speak to the person who doesn't have church experience. Literally, this is funny. I just had a guy, we're doing our kids camp this year. I won't call him out by name because he probably won't like that. But I just had a guy, we're doing our kids camp this year. His family got radically saved at Christmas. Himself, his wife, and their kid all got saved this past Christmas. And we're doing kids camp, which is like aerial themed. And he works in the aerial industry. Cool. And so today he actually came and delivered 2 airplanes to the church to like hang up in our rafters.
That's awesome.
And I'm sitting there talking with him. He's in this
You better send me a picture.
I know, I
of
will.
this.
It's going to be awesome. We're talking about his airplanes and all this. And I just asked him the question. I said, did you ever think you would be here on a Monday delivering your planes to a church? And he looks at me. I can't say the word he said, because it's a podcast here. But he looks at me and he just says, no way. If you would have asked me, I hated this. I hated you. I hated what this stood for. I hated what the church was. But then I get to see him like radically in love with Jesus.
Wow.
Like, it's cool. And so
Beautiful.
I think I just love being a part of that. And I love creating atmospheres where people can have that kind of switch.
So creating the atmosphere. So what does that mean though? Like you say you create the atmosphere, you craft.
Yeah.
That's the word you use. Craft the service to help the person that might not be familiar with church. What does that mean?
So what happens often in the church world, even the nonprofit world and communities like this, is we'll begin to use language, begin to use styles that you only understand if you've been in the church for a while. When someone walks into our environment, we're saying words, we're saying processes, we're just kind of driving by things like communion. Like, hey, we're going to take communion, and there's someone in the room that's saying, I have no idea what communion is.
Yeah.
And so we're very purposeful. If we're going to say a word, we better explain what it is. And so I think in the church world specifically, I try to get us focused on the idea of we're communicating to everyone as if they have zero understanding of the Bible verses that have been a part of our life forever.
Yeah, no, I think that's wonderful. I think my one question with that is for those that are Christians, what is their role in that environment too?
What's their role in creating the environment?
Yeah.
Being willing to create the environment.
Well,
I think it takes a mature believer to see the church as a mission field, to bring people to be a part of that mission and not just going, I'm going to get what I need today. I'm going to get my fill for the week. We try to do that, right? We try to craft our messages and our sermons to hit people and challenge people where they're at.
Yeah, no, I've heard your preaching. It definitely is, you're definitely speaking to both the non-believer and the believer when you're preaching.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate that in that.
Yeah.
I do still follow you, buddy.
Thank you. It's funny. I asked ChatGPT to explain me the other day, and it was interesting because it gave me this feedback of like Shane's preaching style is a very biblically sound, which I was love.
Oh,
Like,
good.
check, boom. Sorry, I'll clip the mic there. Very biblically sound, but applicable for modern life. And I felt like, you know what? ChatGPT gets me because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to take the truth of what Scripture is and apply it. I live by this.
Love it.
If we read Scripture but don't apply it to our lives, we're just reading
What's the
words.
point? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. And it should, I mean, church, so there's different camps, and you know this. There's different camps in the church culture where there's like, the seeker kind of church, and then there's also the it's for the Christian kind of Sunday service, which I think there needs to be, in my opinion, and I've been in the church world for a little bit.
Yeah.
It needs to be something in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sounds like that's kind of your guys' goal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And I think it's also important to remember that every church has its unique mission. I think we're so guilty of comparing the church that's attracted me and I'm a part of that mission. I'll compare it to another church and, well, they're wrong because they're not like this, or they're wrong. Every church has a unique mission and a calling that God has given them for that environment. And so I think if we focus more on this is the mission God has given us for our community, that's what he's called us to do. Like, a question for you too. How many churches are in the Reno in like a 50-mile radius? How many would you guess?
Oh, a couple hundred.
I'd say a couple hundred. I know we're one of the most unchurched. Right?
Yeah, we're most unchurched, but I would say there's one church. There's a church that belongs to Jesus. Got you. Big C. You know what I'm saying?
That was good.
Got you guys.
Gotcha.
There's one body of Christ.
There's one church.
That's right. You're right.
And it operates and looks differently.
Stop clipping my mic, guys. You guys gotta be good.
Sorry, it looks different in different locations.
That was a good one.
Right?
That was good.
We have our mission that God's called us to do, and I try not to hold other people down.
Got him. He got us, Chaz.
Amen.
He came on the podcast. He's like, look out.
Well, you guys are super involved in the community. Like you guys do the mental health youth summit from Children's Cabinet in September and every year. And you guys just had a 35th anniversary, right?
Yeah, celebrated 35 years of grace.
Oh, wow.
Impact and grace, and it's awesome to be a part of. I'm on the back end of it. I've only been a part of Grace for almost 7 years.
It's amazing.
That's a long time to be in the church.
Long time in the church,
Pastor Dan, founding pastor, amazing man of God, just has a heart for growing the church and has battled in this, like the battles of what it takes to be a lead pastor for a church for many years. And I'm just excited for us to continue to go where we're going. And I think the best 35 years of Grace are ahead.
Amen. Yeah. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right with your concept, like the church.
Yeah.
We are all the church.
Yes.
Those that are Christian churches in this area, we're the church, right?
Yeah.
It's complicated sometimes.
It is.
But I know it's complicated in my family sometimes. I know my grandma I sometimes have a harder time communicating with.
Yeah.
I have 3, so you don't know which one.
Do they watch?
One from Florida does, yeah.
I won't say which one. But communication matters.
Yeah.
And so how we communicate to our congregations as leadership, or and it matters. And I think it's important as leaders in any facet of the nonprofit world, the Christian nonprofit world, or the church nonprofit world. It matters that we're having clear communication with those that are involved. Yeah. And I think you guys are definitely doing it, having clear communication. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But it must be pretty challenging in your guys' church sometimes too, because there's a lot of people to talk to.
Lots. It's hard to make a big church feel small. It's hard to make, like, our goal is for everyone to feel seen and heard and valued, and really have to learn how to delegate well. The reality is I'm one of the 2 lead pastors we have, but I can really only know or care for 20 people well. Like I can't do more than that. And that's even probably stretching it. Jesus had 12. I probably shouldn't have more than that.
I'm like, wait a second.
But I feel like we delegate, we build teams, we empower volunteers, empower small groups, community to be a part of carrying that message as well. And so I think that's what sustained Grace over the years and impact. And I also think Grace has a history, and I'll just brag on the church a little bit. The church I love, I love Grace Church. I love being a part of it, but like, radical generosity is a part of our mission. Radical impact in the city is a part of our mission. And I think that people love that. Yeah. And they want to be a part of a church that's involved and loves the city. I say from the platform at least once a month, I love this city. And I mean it. Yeah.
Well, last year we gave away $1.2 million worth of clothes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that's because of supporters like you guys.
Yeah.
Like, our lights aren't free.
Yeah.
Electricity's not free just because we're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your guys' support. Yeah. And so you guys definitely do show that giving mentality like you're speaking of.
Yeah.
So,
that's what we're called to do. Yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah. So, I think one of my thoughts is definitely as we move forwards in this ministry and ministry in general, I mean, what are we doing? What are like the steps? What's the dream for Grace in the future? What's the I know because I
some
know
vision
you
casting.
talk about DNA a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Grace Church's DNA. So like what's is there something big that you want to announce right now? Or?
Yeah, let's break it live on here. No, I mean, right now we're in an interesting season because we're in the middle of a transition of leadership. And so right now, our vision right now is as Dan and I transition leadership through this season, our top priority is that being healthy. For the sake of the church and even the community, Grace Church staying existent is very important for the city. And so we're focusing on that. Now there's big plans we have for what God's calling us to as campus expansion, more generosity initiatives and partnerships with communities. Wow. And so that's all on the docket. We got an internship program that we're developing young leaders to hopefully be sending out into the city as well.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, those are all on the docket. But yeah, right now we're focused on the transition and continued for the one. For the one's the biggest thing we've ever done.
So a lot of the church's focus is on For the One right now.
Oh, we're locked in.
Good.
Everyone's locked in on that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really important for the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
And so, what's some of your big takeaways about why For the One is so important?
One, it started a conversation for a lot of us on mental health, which has so many stigmas around it.
Oh,
Yep.
yes,
And,
you're right.
I think it started a conversation for a lot of us that thought we were good. Oh, hey, we don't need this. We're doing it for everyone else. And it's like, oh, no, like I should see a therapist. And and it became okay for us to talk about even the Christian world. I think we've kind of in the Christian world been scared to talk about mental health because there's this spiritual aspect with it. I think our mental health is tied to our spiritual health. And those two things operate together. And so I think it's changed the conversation in that. And it's I think opened a lot of people's eyes up to even helping them see addiction different. We had a campaign about 7 years ago called the Hope First campaign, and it was a focus on addiction recovery. It's awesome. I mean, hundreds of beds are open in the city because of Hope First. But we realized through that process that a lot of these addictions that we're seeing are self-medicated or just prescribing them to get through their mental health struggles. And so, and through this process of For the One has given us conversations. We've looked at addiction different, which I think has been monumental for us and the city, I think, to even have conversations. Even like, Mayor Sheevy, having conversations with her about just the importance of mental health and what it's doing in families and in our community. And it's started those.
It's really a bridge, too, to the secular world
Yeah.
where people wouldn't even step into church,
Yeah.
but they believe in mental health. It really bridges that
Yeah,
gap.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. And we see that. We see a lot of people come to our counseling center because we have marketed purposely. Our counseling center is not a Christian counseling facility.
Right.
It's a counseling center that has Christian counselors and therapists in it. And so we operate as that. And so people come from no church background, and we see many of them come to church and even give their lives to Jesus through the process.
Well, we need to try to get Kelly on the show.
Yeah,
too.
you should. Kelly would be awesome to talk to.
Yeah.
I grew up with Kelly when I was a kid.
Yeah, she's amazing. What she's done with the counseling center in the short period of time is just unreal.
Cool.
Unreal. Yeah.
Well, I think that's really important. So, what do you think? So, focusing on Shane.
Shane. Okay. That's a big focus.
Well, you're a
What's
lot
your
taller
deepest,
than me.
darkest
That's the
I know.
issue,
I'm
man.
like slouching now to make
I'm
sure
like-
I can.
Because
Like,
I'm
let me
like
set
this
up
little
straight.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm small, man.
Yeah.
So what? Mental health.
Yeah.
And everything. How's your mental health, Pastor?
Let's talk about it. Here's the thing.
Wow.
We're going for it. I have extreme. I've had some real awakenings of my mental health of realizing that there were seasons that I just passed over. I'd put as like I was burnout or work stress when I was really depressed, and I was in a real low. And I stayed in those seasons, just like keep grinding, keep pushing through. Just it's okay, So I've realized in myself that I have to learn to really see and take care of myself on a consistent basis. But when I'm in a low or I'm in a dip, don't run, don't hide from it, address it. And that's how I get out of them. And so in my mental health journey is just having the ability to be okay not being okay, which is hard. Sorry, I'm adjusting my ears.
Oh, you're good.
Which is hard for someone in my position, because thousands of people come every Sunday to hear me tell them how to make their life more okay. And so I fall into the trap sometimes of I have to pretend I'm okay. And
Oh, yeah. I do the same thing.
yeah, I'm in a journey now of just radical transparency of saying, you know what? I'm a human. I'm broken. I'm not okay. And that's okay. Yeah.
Amen.
And I think that's what Jesus would want you to do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know for me, when I was in ministry, like full-time pastoral ministry,
Yeah.
I pretended I was okay all the time.
Yeah.
And you were one of the first ones. I was like, dude, I just need someone to talk to. And you said, all right, you were like okay with once a month, and we started meeting once a month.
Yeah.
While I was in that transition period.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really matters to have people to talk to in your life, to have people you care about in your life, and for people in your life that just say yes, I'd love to connect with you and talk. Because I literally had no one.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I had because I was at a church. And
it's a scary world. Yeah, sometimes
the church was my network.
Yeah.
The church was the people around me. So I felt so abandoned, I guess. And, there were people at the church that did reach out to me. There were people at the church that did care for me, but I felt alone.
Yeah,
and when you even if you're not alone, if you feel alone, for me it leads to depression.
Yeah,
you can be in a crowd of people and feel completely alone.
I think that's one of the enemy's biggest tactics is convincing us that no one wants to hear from us, no one values to hear from us. People reject you. They won't look at you the same. And I think it's important. I think we all have to start carrying this message when it comes to mental health. Every single one of us has mental health struggles.
Yes.
All of us do. Some of us are diagnosed. Some of us are a little less than others. Some of us have learned how to cope with the struggles better than others. But we all struggle with mental health at times in our life. And just having the ability and freedom to talk about it is so freeing.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. That got deep, man.
Yeah, I
Man,
know.
it did. Yeah.
You asked me on the spot to share about my depression.
I'm
so I was like, all right.
Well, that's what we talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I mean, Chaz and I want to get a little
Yeah,
deeper with these
yeah,
conversations
yeah.
to get to know our
He'll never
guests
come
more.
back though.
Poor Shane. Poor Shane. He'll come back. He'll
Oh,
come
yeah.
back.
You know what's beautiful about that though, when you're transparent like that, is
Yeah.
someone out there that's going to
Yeah.
watch this is going through that. That's going to be an
For sure.
encouragement to them.
For
you
sure.
know?
It's
Yeah.
huge. Well, and you have such a beautiful family. We
Yeah.
love you guys.
Thank
and
you.
we used to do a lot more with you guys. And we got really busy. We had a kid and everything. So I apologize for
No
that.
life, bro.
So we'll definitely have to figure out something soon. Nika even said I told her that you were the guest tonight. She's like, oh well, Shane should just drop off his daughters, hang out.
Yeah, Nika was our girl's teacher.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah, a lot of great stuff going on in the community. Definitely check out Grace Church if you're interested in a church in the area and you're in that area. They support us, which is awesome. They're a great sponsor. They every week or every month they send us a check. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And beyond that, Shane has been a support and poured into me, early Good Shepherd as well. So back when I was new at the position and I didn't know which way up was.
Yeah.
So and yeah, big things are coming for Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, so stay tuned for that.
Come on.
And big things are already happening. We have a ribbon cutting on at the end of this month. So if you're listening to it later, we did a ribbon cutting. We're opening a Carson Closet. That will be at a micro closet at Mountain Vista Baptist Church. And we're going to be doing that on Wednesdays from 3 to 6. We'll be down there giving away lots of free clothes. So if you're in Carson and in need, know that resource is there for you. We have 5 micro closet partners in the community. So
Come on. That's awesome.
The ministry's growing a lot, and people like you are the reason we're doing it. I know I'm saying by supporters like you, but I mean it. I mean it. It's real.
There's a reason people say that because it's true.
It's really true. If we didn't have people like you, like those that are watching right now, we don't exist.
Yeah.
We're actually that small nonprofit that really relies on people.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for being a part of our mission and just making this happen. If you want to find out more about For the One and Grace Church,
Yeah. Go to forthe1.co. That's the For the One website, or you can go to our gracechurchreno.org, and there's links on that as well.
Awesome.
And
And
you guys,
our cliche saying, be the change that you want to see in the world. And I just want to thank you for being the change, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's the people of grace. Yeah. Yeah. I just get to represent them here.
With the cool shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's awesome, and we appreciate your partnership.
Yeah.
Definitely check them out. I love your guys' live streams. You guys do a great job with those live streams. That takes a lot of work. I know that.
Yeah.
I've been in that world a little bit, so.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
So if you can't make it on Sunday, definitely check out their live stream and see what they're doing in their church community.
Can I plug something really quick?
Yeah,
Speaking
of
course.
Hey, it's the first time I get to plug this on a mic. We actually just launched translated services at the
awesome.
6 p.m. with live translations. So you can hear, as I'm speaking, you can hear it translated into Spanish on the spot, 6 p.m. every Sunday.
Praise God,
That
man.
is
That's
wild,
incredible.
man.
Yeah.
Whoa. What are you guys using, like AI?
No, we got a great guy who's in the back
doing it
room
live?
live.
Whoa.
He's
Oh.
like typing it?
No, he's speaking into the mic.
That's
Speaking
amazing.
of, whoa.
You're hearing it live. Yeah.
That is
Yeah, it's
so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Wow, way to bring people together.
Yeah,
dude.
trying to.
That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making the time, the
course,
sacrifice.
of course.
I know it's out of the way. You got a family, you got
Yeah,
things
man.
going on. So we
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. If you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org. We give away a lot of clothing. Last year, we gave away $1.2 million worth of clothing to those in need because of supporters like you. If you're interested, you can get involved by becoming a volunteer. We always need to sort clothing and get that out to people in need. And then you can always donate financially on our website, and you can always donate clothing to us here at 540 Green Bay Drive.
Lots of sorting back there. We got lots of clothes. Thank you.
Lots
But
of
we
sorts.
definitely need some volunteers to help sort.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. The word's really gotten out about Good Shepherd, and
What's
it's showing.
the website one more time?
Getclothes.org.
That's perfect. That's
Thank you, brother. Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I got a little pushback on that.
No,
So
that's perfect.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not for me. I thought it was awesome.
I got pushback.
No.
No. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, being a part of our community, the 1,000+ of you that watch every single week consistently, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you. So we help over 800 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you
Take
next
care.
week.
See you guys.